Yeah.
It was just that Blood Moon followed by the Jace. Everything went exactly as Scheel wanted it to that last game.
Yeah. Jace plus Stricken Mage is so sweet. It's
Yeah.
like Jace plus. It's like Jace plus Gatekeeper, but like worse, but better. Because you can just like rebuy. I don't know. I like Jace plus Gatekeeper. It's so good.
Yeah. Let's see.
Drawing their opening hands.
It's like a two-laner. Is that a...
Turn 1 Thoughtseize for Paul. Revealing Sheel's hand, which includes Glenelendra Archmage, Jace the Mind Sculptor, Spell Snare, Misty Rainforest, Great Furnace, Sword of Temptation, and
Threads of Disloyalty.
Yeah, Threads of Disloyalty. I kept wanting to say Through the Depths, which is not a card because I was getting Through the Breach and Peer Through Depths. Whatever. And it starts with TH, which is what Threads of Disloyalty starts with. I got myself. So Paul, mulling over his options of this turn 1 Thoughtseize.
Let's see. With 2 lands, wonder what's in his draw.
Clearly the most powerful card is Jace, followed by Threads of Disloyalty or Sword of Temptation, but it honestly might be the Spell Snare because
he wants to get a Bobby out.
He wants to get a Bobby out or just cripple him with Smallpox being a land destruction spell.
That's a good point.
Scheel gets to kind of negate that here by playing the fetch land, but
He's
also
a Sculler.
Rietzl is a Sculler, I see. Sculler does not give Scheel back his card if it gets Threads of Disloyalty or Sword of Temptation.
Never mind me. We just keep talking.
Cool. Good job. So Rietzl pulls that Smallpox to the front of his hand. He's got a couple options.
He also has a Thoughtseize and a Bloodghast in his hand, if I saw correctly. Yeah. That is a Smallpox on the very bottom, right?
Yep, Smallpox. He also has Tidehull Sculler, along with 2 lands, Marsh Flats and Plains.
All important plains. So.
Looks like he's going to crack that Marsh Flats, dropping Rietzl down to 17. I was looking up there and then looked down here and it was like the instant replay. I was like, oh, maybe he's like considering not fetching it. And people at home have no clue what I'm talking about.
Small amounts of lag are pretty awesome. Well, he goes for...
he knows here that Scheel has to rip the Blood Moon if he wants to actually cast it. So he can... If he's going to win this game, he needs Scheel not to do that.
Yeah.
Because the rest of Sheel's hand is very powerful. Basically, if he can Smallpox and land destruction, Scheel out while having a clock. Like here, he has to play either Sculler or Bloodghast, and the next turn Smallpox. So probably the Bloodghast.
Probably the Bloodghast, I would say, yeah.
I guess he could.
Oh, he could
just.
He could also Smallpox now and discard the Bloodghast.
That's a fine play too.
Because he doesn't care too much about having the Swamp in play now that he's got, the only double black spell in his hand out of the way.
19. Discard a card.
The downside is it doesn't allow him to.
Should I show him first? Let me pick one.
I guess he wouldn't be able to do that anyway because the land section. So. Yeah.
So let's look what Scheel. See, Scheel does a great job at fanning out his hand, showing us.
Yeah. He knows what it is.
Yeah.
He is the real deal, after all. Just don't tell him I said that.
I hear he murders people on sight when you call him that.
Seems a little out of character, but might be right.
He isn't actually just the nicest guy ever, and would never heard of Fly.
I mean, the Fly might make him pretty angry. He might in that situation, but unlikely.
Scheel draws another land.
And it is an island, which is good news.
You seem to have to face down. Ooh, Bob drawn for Rietzl. That's pretty good. Because Rietzl here can just go Bob and then Tidehull Sculler, the card that he actually cares about next turn.
Yeah.
While gaining card advantage.
Go. Well, it's going to be a Threads of Disloyalty here.
Or
maybe just an Engineered Explosives. I guess that'll do.
If Rietzl here can get another like smallpox. That'd be pretty good. Flagstone's trigger off the top and smallpox. Nope, just a tight hole score.
Hey guys, we're still taking legacy for laptop sign-ups, then hurry up because we're about to close those. Also,
See, Rietzl here is actually, it's interesting. He's being really careful about playing his extra land.
Yeah.
Because he wants to maximize value out of the blood gas triggers.
we also have legacy standard.
He's going to cast Thoughtseize here. Presumably getting rid of
Trinket Mage.
probably the Jace, right? Like, the Threads is outclassed by the Engineer Explosives.
Let's see, what are the life totals? Yeah, the Threads is outclassed by the Engineered Explosives, but like his goal is to try to get them to blow it early, because then he can start like scullering, and Scheel would have to draw. He might take the Threads here, and then hope to. No, the Trinket Mage is in hand actually.
Like he
causes some problems. So.
Scheel, if he draws a land next turn, there's a good probability that it's not a blue land.
Yeah. Okay. So he is pulling that play. So yeah, his goal is going to be to force him to blow the.
Yeah, he's gonna force him to blow the Engineer Explosives and then play Tight Hollow Skull around
steal the
Jace.
Jace.
Yeah. And a Fire Spout is drawn for sure. What is Scheel playing? This is so interesting.
Blue-red control.
That was pretty bad on Scheel's. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He could have.
He didn't want to give me the extra card.
Main phase. Oh well, yeah. What am I saying? I was like thinking about Bloodghast having haste somehow, but it obviously never does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Rietzl has to read Fire Spout.
It's always a good sign. We got a reader, boys.
You gotta imagine that he takes that, and then next turn takes Jace.
Jace, yeah. Although I will admit, like, that Trinket Mage is probably a bigger problem than the Jace is right now, because getting the Trinket Mage for another Engineered Explosives, getting rid of both Scullers is a problem.
Or another.
Who's that from?
It's from the people upstairs.
I've just been presented with Chick-fil-A.
And you're right, he takes the Trinket Mage this turn. Plays Flagstone, returns Bloodghast. So Rietzl comes up with a Duress off the top. And that can take care of Jace.
Yep.
Or Threads, whichever one he's a little more worried about. I think
It's got to be Threads at this point.
like he's got a pretty efficient clock.
Yeah, that's going to take the Threads, and then he'll just get rid of the Jace permanently with the Duress on the next
What
turn.
about the Fire Spout here?
Oh, yeah, wow. Forgot about that one.
Give me a sec.
Judge Brian?
Like if Scheel draws a land, then all this work is for nothing.
I don't like that second Sculler play with him having a Threads and a Fire Spot in his hand. Like, there's just so much redundancy in Scheel's hand right now, especially because at some point those Scullers like are going to die, and when that happens,
I have to take your Threads.
yeah, gotta get the Threads now and hope he doesn't draw it.
Draw land.
Yep.
Go.
Scheel draws. Engineer Explosives number 2.
Get there at some
Slops
point.
that down. Although Rietzl's going to drop Brandon down to 5 life here with this attack.
Smallpox would be very good here also. Only he can't cast it because does he have another black source?
Maybe, I think he just drew one.
Duress here.
So now Duress.
Fire Spout.
Get the Fire Spout. Is that even right? Like, you guys are all going to die to
Go.
Engineer Explosives anyway. Isn't Jace the more powerful card here? I don't know. Breeding Pool to play tapped.
Everybody, blow it up. Take your cards back. Awkward.
Now Rietzl can play another land, get the Bloodghast back.
What else is in his hand? I know he's got that Godless Shrine.
Yeah, he's got another scholar, so he can take care of. Sheel's hand is so good right now.